morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. I think I've met most of you before, but my name is Luke Ferguson. I'm the prosecuting attorney for the 20th Judicial District, which includes Faulkner, Van Buren, and Searcy counties. And as you all know, we're here this morning just to provide a brief update on the investigation regarding the disappearance and the death of Ms. Elvia Fragstein, which occurred in early July. But before I get into any details regarding that, I want to thank a couple of people first. And really, it's not just a couple of people, it's several of the people I see in this room, and some of them are not in this room, but Sheriff Tim Riles with the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office, I want to thank you, and Chief Jody Spradlin with Conway Police Department. These guys and their investigators, their detectives, they were on this case from the beginning. They kept us well informed from the beginning, and they have put together a thorough case file for our review. And so I want to thank them and tell them how much I appreciate their hard work on this case. And the team effort in this case was not limited just to Faulkner County. I also want to recognize and thank Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, as well as prosecuting attorney Kyle Hunter, and the hard work that they've done on this matter in Pine Bluff, which was instrumental in putting this case file together. So we want to show our appreciation for them as well. But with that being said, we have thoroughly reviewed the case file that these agencies have provided. And I'll say as a side note, if there's something encouraging for me that's come out of this investigation, it's seeing all those agencies work together so well, seeing the cooperation, the solidarity, the humility with which they've all worked together and given us something that we can review. But as of Friday, we have officially filed the following criminal charges against both Corey Mackerel and Robert Smith Jr. Count 1, capital murder, a Class Y felony. Count 2, kidnapping, a Class Y felony. Count 3, aggravated robbery, a Class Y felony. And count 4, theft of property, a Class C felony. And I want to also note that although Mr. Smith is 16 years of age, he has been charged as an adult in this case. As always, these two defendants are presumed to be innocent until they are proven guilty according to the court process, and the filing of these charges is simply the beginning of that court process. At this point, I want to ask Chief Deputy Carol Cruz from my office to come forward and say a few words. Carol has taken the lead on this case for our office, and so she's going to spend a few minutes to try to answer some of the questions we received most frequently over the last several weeks in regard to this matter.
Thank you, Mr. Ferguson. Good morning. I can't address a lot of the questions. There are very specific rules of what prosecutors can and can't talk about an ongoing case, but I will do my best and answer if I can. I do want to say that the question of jurisdiction has been brought up in this case, and I want to make sure it's clear that the law in Arkansas is well settled, that if any element of the offense occurs in one county, then that county can file charges based on that occurrence, and so that's what we've done in this case. We have been in conversation with Mr. Kyle Hunter from Jefferson County in making that decision, and so I appreciate him and his office and the cooperation that he's shown. We can just briefly open it up for questions if anybody has one at this point in time.
Was the crime random or targeted?
I'm not going to be able to comment on specifics. I can refer you, of course, to the affidavit in this case that's is available in the clerk's office.
In the affidavit, it talks about Corey Mackerel speaks of a white Caucasian that pointed out Elvia to him. Has that man been identified, or is that just part of his story?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to comment on anything specific like that in the case. Yeah.
Can you say, and I have not seen the affidavit yet, but can you say how, when, at what time, at what point in the disappearance she was killed, Ms. Fragstein was killed?
That's not going to be anything that I can answer at this point in time, but We look forward to presenting this case to a Faulkner County jury, and at some point in time, more information, of course, will become available through the court process.
How confident are you going into the court process as we're making our way to this to the beginning of this year?
We feel confident in the case that we have, and again, look forward to presenting that to a Faulkner County jury.
The video or the photo of her vehicle when it was located looked as if it was burned. Are they going to be charged or suspected of arson in any way?
If there's any future charges that come out of this jurisdiction, those will be made available through the normal procedure. And if there's any charges that come out of a different county, of course, I'll refer you to the prosecutor or the sheriff's office in that county.
And if this is in the affidavit, forgive me, but do they, can you comment on the motive or manner of death? If they're in the affidavit, that's
and as far as the cause of death, that is contained in the affidavit, and so I would refer you to the affidavit. Yeah.
Motive?
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on the specifics, but some of that might be contained in the affidavit as well.
And these boys are to appear in court later today for a plea and arraignment?
They'll be in court this afternoon at 1:30. That's correct. Anything else anyone else wants to say?
You raised the point yourself about jurisdictional questions. Is there are authorities confident they know where she was slain, and if so, can you say where?
Yeah, I can't comment on that information.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess, Deborah, the only thing I can say maybe in addition to that is that at this point we feel confident that the two people who are responsible for her death are in custody and have been charged. Of course, are innocent until proven guilty, but we feel confident in that fact.
One thing I noticed after reviewing the affidavit was it mentions a group named MG. Is that a group that you guys believe these boys were a member of?
That is contained in the affidavit as far as how they were identified, partially through at least some alleged affiliation or membership, and I can't comment further than just what's in the affidavit.
Okay.
But if I understood you previously, you don't believe that earlier y'all would not say, but now are you saying there are no other suspects believed to be involved in this case other than those two?
We believe at this point in time we have the two people responsible that are charged with this crime. And if anything additional were to come to light, we would of course review that and make a determination from there. Any other questions? Chief or Sheriff, do you all have anything? Okay. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you, guys.